Postpartum, ladies, we focus so much on preparing things for baby, but today we're going to be talking about how to prepare things for you. So this is how I prepared for postpartum for all of my things. So if you're interested in seeing what those are, getting a couple tips and tricks for your own postpartum experience, stick around. My name is Leslie. This is my channel where I share about birth, faith, and family. I am a Christian mom, wife, and childbirth doula, and I'm so excited to be sharing this video with you. Let me dive right in. So one of the big things that I focused on during this postpartum period has been my health, right? Ladies, if there's anything you could take away from this video, it is that in order for mom to take care of baby, mom has to be taken care of. So your health is so important. It's not just about while you're carrying baby, but all the more afterwards as well, because you need to heal. And in order for mom to take care of baby, someone has to take care of mom. And so here are a couple things that I did to prepare. So one, biggest thing is that I have stayed on my prenatal vitamins. Your prenatal care provider will probably tell you the same thing, that you should be staying on your prenatal vitamins afterwards, especially if you're breastfeeding, to just make sure you're still getting all of the nutrients that you need. So I use the Ritual prenatal vitamins, so I'm still on these. This is what I've been doing. This is an investment. It's about $30 a month, but I found that I really like these because they taste pretty good. I don't have any, they don't make me nauseous. They don't make me, I don't have any side effects to them. And so I have really liked Ritual. I'll include links to everything that I share down below. Also, vitamin D is something that's very important, and growing up in the Northeast where it's very cold most of the year, it's always something we tend to be deficient on. So I also take a vitamin D supplement. I like these chewables. They're 5,000 IUs. I'm very low on vitamin D, so this is why I take such a high dosage. But I take these for myself. Also, iron is something that I was told during my pregnancy that I needed to just up. And so what I used was Floridix liquid iron supplement. This has been so good. It did not cause constipation as some iron supplements do. It did not make me nauseous. I've had it doesn't taste that good, but I have a vague memory of my mom probably giving this to me as a child. So maybe that's why it's been perfectly fine for me. Some people think the taste is a little bit strong, but you take this twice a day, 30 minutes before your meal, or like I do, I just do it once a day with the double dosage, 30 minutes before a meal, because that way your body can absorb it. Iron's really hard for your body to absorb. It requires specific things, like you're supposed to take it with vitamin C for better absorption, things like that. I have found this to be really good, and it worked magic on my results. My blood work the first time versus my blood work the second time, just from 2 months of this stuff, was absolutely amazing. My midwife was like, wow, your iron levels are great, but I'm still taking this now. And then also, so that's it for vitamins and supplements and stuff like that. Another thing that's really big for recovery, ladies, is staying hydrated. So water was important before, but water is just as important now. Water, water, water. In order for you to produce liquid milk, right, you need to be drinking a lot of liquid. So I still have my huge water bottle. One of my favorite things to do though, that I'm gonna share with you guys, is coconut water. Coconut water has electrolytes. It's so refreshing. I absolutely love it. So I have a box of these, and I go through them pretty quickly. But coconut water is actually what I have right here with ice. Absolutely recommend getting yourself some coconut water. Then on top of that, other things that I did this time around, I actually did belly banding. I've been doing belly banding, and I think I'm getting really good results. I think that it's really helping my tummy downsize quickly, and everything to go back to where it's supposed to be. But I will have a better update once I have my 6-week checkup with my midwife to see how everything actually is, make sure that my abs are coming all back together, everything, and all of that fun stuff. this is why I tried belly banding. This is the Key Belly band. It comes with 3 of them, and it comes with a specific schedule for when you use each. I'll keep you guys posted on how this continues to go, but I've really liked it so far, so good. And it's just been really good support for my back as well, because mommy back is a real thing, ladies. When you have baby on your shoulder and you're arching your back to burp and things like that, it's a real thing. So these supports have really helped, just even with that, just eliminating some backache that I've had. So belly banding is something that I've been using this time around, and I've really liked these. So this is, yeah, Key Babies, that is the brand. I am liking them. They're really good support, and everyone keeps telling me that it's looking like, wow, Leslie, you really went back down to size pretty quickly. And I mean, I'm not completely back down to my regular size, but it's helping. And then, y'all, another big thing for the postpartum period, for recovery, that I cannot rave enough about is, listen, there's a lot of bleeding going on down there, and so you got to take care of that. And that means that you're healing down there. There's a lot of stretching that went on during vaginal delivery, and so there's just a lot of healing that needs to go on down there. So my number one thing that I recommend to all my clients is making padsicles. So today I'm going to show you how to make padsicles, but I want to first explain why this is important. Right, so there's bleeding is very common in the weeks that follow, because you're still eliminating clots are coming out. You're still everything's just going back down. You're still contracting. Your uterus is still contracting back down to size. You're eliminating a lot, so you're bleeding, and so you need to be wearing pads. Right, at the hospital they give you these. Little underwear things, and they give you these pad inserts, right? So my recommendation for saving is to take as many of these as you can. Take these with you so you can use these as your underwear while you're going through your recovery and you're using these pads. Take the pads if you can. They normally are willing to give you like a couple packs of them, so take the pads. You can make padsicles with these. So I'll show you how you can make padsicles with both of them when we go through it now. So obviously you won't have these before you actually go through with birth, but just know that you can get these. You will get some of these at the hospital, right? So take some of these from the hospital so you can have those. Now, what I say is, for people who just want to be prepared and have their own, I recommend Depends. So these are some Depends. They're Inconstance, kind of like adult diapers, essentially. And they come with this little lining in here, right? And they're like a one-time use. So towards the end of your recovery, when your bleeding is really light, you can just use these and throw them out after like one use. But what I recommend is using them as underwear with a padsicle inside. And so I use the Poise pads because they're very big. These are the Poise pads. These are the bought ones, right? So I showed you what was free that you can get from the hospital. And then these are purchases that you can make. This is a Poise pad. It's very big, but it covers everything. And these are really good for how much bleeding happens afterwards. So what you do is you take this pad, and I'm going to show you how to make padsicles. We're going to essentially add some liquids to these and freeze them, and then they literally are the best feeling thing when you are in recovery. You put them into your Depends or into these little hospital underwear, and it is like the most relief to your vagina ever. Absolutely ever. And so I want to show you guys how to make these because they're literally my favorite thing. So again, you can buy some Depends, use these as underwear. You can grab some of these from the hospital. This is just so that you don't get any of your underwear bloody. This is so that when you're going through this process, you're just using all this disposable stuff that you can just throw out and you don't have to worry about. You can use these pads that you get at the hospital, or you can buy some and make some beforehand, right? Okay, so we're going to make these. I'm gonna show you here how we do it. So the things that you'll need are pads, whichever ones you want. You could get smaller ones. There's people who use smaller ones than these, if that's what you'd like. I find that bigger is better because of coverage and how much bleeding goes on. You're gonna need some aloe vera gel. This is something that my sister-in-law gifted me. She got off Amazon, so we were both making padsicles, so she gave me one of her bottles. Shout out to her. And then this is some witch hazel, which you can just pick this up at Target. This is pretty inexpensive. And so the healing properties of these two, aloe vera gel is just so cooling. You know, when you have sunburns and things like that, this is what you use. They recommend putting on your skin, right? This is so cooling down there. It's absolutely amazing. And the healing properties of witch hazel are just so helpful. So essentially what we do, so we take the pad. So excited to be sharing this with you guys. And what we do is that we take some witch hazel, and what I like to do is I like to focus on this pad. Comes with like a little focus on like, hey, this is where we're most absorbent and this is the front of the pad. So I like to focus on that area, adding the liquid, but I also go all the way down the pad. The reason being, it's like all of this is gonna freeze and feel amazing all the way down. And also another common thing after labor is hemorrhoids and stuff. So this being such a long pad also nicely covers the back, can be really nice and relieving back there as well. So we do some witch hazel, which we just did, and then we do some aloe vera. So I squeeze some aloe vera. Now, the beauty of this is that it also smells amazing. I think it smells really good. And I just go like this, just to get it to absorb, right? And once it's nice and absorbed, then I just close this back up and stick it right back in here. And then I put this in the freezer. And then when I'm, you know, after I've had my baby, I'm just literally just pulling these out from the freezer and putting them in my Depends, sticking them right in here, lining the inside with them, and wearing this. So let's make this one as well. So again, you see this one's a little bit shorter. This is so good because I'm down to my last couple ones. So this is a nice, just, you get to the point where you're just like, oh, I don't really need to keep making them, but they're nice and comfortable. These are padsicles. So you stick those in the freezer, and then you have them for when you've had your baby, for your postpartum period. Now, that's all I've got for you today. I don't want to make this video any longer, but if you liked this video, or if you have any other recommendations of what you do to prepare postpartum, please go ahead and leave those down below. One other thing that I do quickly want to share with you is actually meal prepping. So I meal prep as much food as I possibly can. I softened a lot of I have my freezers full of quick, easy meals. I have a lot of snacks, and I have a lot of things to snack on, quick things, a lot of fruit, a lot of things that I can quickly take in, because this is postpartum period. I don't have time to cook big, elegant meals. And so whatever you can do to simplify your life, that is what I recommend. I recommend this great resource known as Meal Train, which is where your mealtrain.com, which is where people can sign up to bring you a meal at a certain date. And you could share this with your baby registry, especially with COVID. I know a lot of people are doing virtual baby showers. This is a great way to get people to be able to contribute and help out. Maybe just sign up to bring you a meal and leave it at your door, and then you can enjoy it during those first weeks, months, however long you're able to get the support. I highly, highly recommend it. Now, I am so excited for you mamas for this exciting time. I know it can be exhausting, it can be draining, but it is such a time of joy. God really wants it to be a time of joy. And so I am hoping that these little tips and tricks that I share with you guys today are able to help make it a more joyful, easier experience for all of you. Looking forward to hearing if you guys try any of these and what you think in the comments down below. Feel free to share this with anyone who you think it might be helpful for. hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can be alerted when I put out the next video in this series. I will be continuing talking about postpartum, how I prepared and things that I got in my next couple videos. And if you are interested, I still have a holiday sale going on for my Christ-centered childbirth education course. It is $75. I will also leave that link down below. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless you. Bye.